For this episode, we're gonna do something a little bit different. Since I had just had a crazy week, it was the first time I ever hosted a wheel demo, and it's not just any wheel, but the veteran Sherman, which has been just a whole lot of excitement and controversy since its introduction a few months back. So I thought it'd be fun for me to do a vlog on my entire week with the Sherman, so you get to see not just the teardown, but as well as the unboxing and the demo and all the other crazy stuff that happened. Are you ready to spend a week with the hottest wheel on the market? Roll the intro! As always, if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. Also, shout out to E-Rides and Afeez for sponsoring this video. If you're in EU or UK, check out their sites for new wheels. So I heard clunk outside. Look what the UPS guy dragged in. Now the Sherman will stay in New York City for 7 days. Not a lot of time for everything I had planned, but I will have to make it work. Alright, so this is it. The package arrived and the clock started ticking. Now first, because of the special shipping arrangement, the battery actually can't separate from the wheel itself. So the first thing we have to do is to open it up and install the battery. So that means we gotta do an open box. And in addition to my own review, I set up a teardown with a special guest tomorrow. We're gonna start with the batteries. Box inside of another box. On Sunday, I set up a group demo so that as many people as possible can get a chance to actually ride this wheel. They really packed this very well. So, this is one side, and the other. They're identical on both sides, which by the way is a good thing, since that is not the case for most Gotway wheels, since Gotway wheels have their control board in the same compartment as their battery, which means that you can never have even weight distribution. And now it's time for the wheel. As I had mentioned in my last video, this demo wheel was provided by Ewheel for review purposes. Of course, I'm grateful to be able to be the first person in the US to actually get to ride this wheel. This is the moment of truth. Brand new spanking shiny wheels. So giant battery charger, this is 5 amp, which is like humongous. The fact that the battery is not in it probably makes it a little bit easier to actually lift and carry this wheel, because otherwise this wheel is 77 pounds, so it's a lot of weight. Oh, it's still heavy without it. Smells like shiny new toys. The tire is not as big as I thought it was, but still the wheel is very high. So the next thing I need to do is to get battery into this guy. A detailed installation video was provided by a veteran, but it still makes me a bit nervous to work with all the wiring. By the way, I have heard some doubt associated with YouTube EUC reviews. Now admittedly, it isn't easy to get over the excitement of having a new wheel sent to you. These are one size larger than the screw that Gotway used on their wheels. Just for you to try, on top of the limited amount of time we were each given, but we do have to live by the views we express on past reviews, so I try to be as thoughtful as possible and gather as much background info and opinions from other riders as I can to help flesh out my own reviews. Alright, it's all connected, and I was told that I'm supposed to plug it in and let it charge for a little bit. Hopefully this all works. Whoop! So the LED is actually on without the wheel being on while you're charging. I don't know what's going on. Oh! As soon as you unplug it, it starts balancing. Which means that it's ready to go. It's a bit late, but still, I can't wait! Still a little bit of daylight left. I just realized I didn't even check the air pressure on the tire. It feels really soft, so it's probably not ideal. What is that about? I need to set something. Let's see what's wrong with it. Alright, there's a whole lot of setting. However, I was able to figure out that there was an alarm setting that tells you the limit before it was at 19 km per hour, which was why it's beeping like continuously. Anyhow, the last setting was like 280. I don't know what that means. I assume that's just the highest setting, so I set it to that. So far, it feels very promising. So I'm gonna head to the East River Park where it's nice and open, and I'll nudge it for a bit and see how it does. I don't have my armors out today. I wasn't intending on going really fast. I just want to get a sense of what the acceleration feels like on this wheel. The pedal is longer, but narrower. I don't know how I feel about that because I'm used to standing on the outside corner when I ride my Monster. But so far, the tire feels okay despite it being an off-road tire. I should put on my other wrist guard. Still wouldn't want to fall with a wrist guard, but this is slightly better. It does remind me of the MSF. I don't know if it's because it's an off-road tire, but it feels a little bit heavier. Well, it is a little bit heavier, but it doesn't feel at all like I'm even close to the envelope on this thing. I'm just pushing and it goes. But the weight is not really a problem. Feels light right now, actually. Feels lighter than my Monster. The acceleration is... Oh, baby. The acceleration is definitely there. Yeah, it is there. It's fast. I'm not gonna say anything other than that. Oh, man. Alright, Saturday, I just got back from Flushing and I'm heading to the East River Park where I'm gonna meet up with a few friends to do an outdoor teardown of the Sherman. It is slightly unusual to do an outdoor, however, because of the whole COVID-19 virus concern, we thought that this is a safer setup for everybody involved. Quick warning, this is an extremely detailed review on the build quality of the veteran Sherman. It is long and rather nerdy, and I completely blame it on Chris for that fact. Skip to the following time marker in the video if you just want to see how the demo went. Hey! Hi, Chris. How are you doing? The way you stare at this camera make me feel nervous. You can't sit on it. Like every single thing travels through the case. You need some kind of cushion. If the road is perfectly smooth, it's fine. The height is kind of a little bit low for me.
Thing is, you have to lift it like this. Yeah, but think.
I mean, I went up 4 flights of stairs.
That's not bad. That's not one bad. Hand though.
Come on, Chris, you're beefier than I am. You should be able to handle this, no problem.
I can handle it, but do I want it? I can take it off.
If you're new and are wondering why we're so eager to open the wheel up, keep in mind that performance EUCs are rarely, if ever, built to the level of quality as your average consumer electronic. Plus, it's likely that you'll have to service the wheel yourself, so a teardown like this is crucial in assessing what we have to deal with down the road. By the way, this is true sign of EUC nerd when they actually see a brand new exciting wheel. Instead of immediately jump on to try to ride, they're trying to figure out how it works and all the details and so on and so forth.
Like if you don't like this, then you could probably swap this shit out. Maybe mount it on top here so that you can maximize the airflow, because I would much prefer that. Is there a gasket?
It looks just like that.
Yeah, this plastic, it's not gas. Water's gonna possibly get in here. That's one of the common MSX issues. Especially when you crash, this pops up and this craps out, and then you have to maybe ride it with this compromise. It's probably not gonna crack as much as the Gotway crappy one. Then you have even more intrusion. Depends on how much space you occupy, because smaller guys, they're not gonna cover this with their whole body as much as a bigger guy. I love to just dump a whole bunch of water on here because this is concerning. Yeah, see, I don't think that's waterproof.
You could silicone around the edges, especially since it's just...
Well, like the newbies, they're not gonna do that.
It's really a newbie wheel though.
You don't think newbies are gonna buy this wheel? Say because of guys like him saying, oh my god, this is amazing, whatever. The waterproof ones, there's a plastic, like a gel on the bottom that water doesn't intrude. So yeah, shower cap.
Shower cap.
Green fasten shower cap. Board is top. I like that about this design. Airflow is not going to get in there very well. I would Dremel this whole shit out.
We will open it up even more?
You just take it as it is. Maybe make a custom whatever if you really want to ride and rain like that, or just shower cap. Shower cap's the easiest solution. It looks ugly as hell, but no one's going to be looking at you while riding it.
Who rides with a freaking shower cap? I have never seen that. That's the dumbest thing ever.
No, but it protects the waterproofing that you don't have. It doesn't feel substantial. Have you put a Gotway on it?
No.
Let's do it.
Gotway pedal on it?
Yes.
Oh wait, you got it on.
What are you talking about?
No, you got the pedal on.
It's just my MCM5 pedal. They're all the same. Is there a magnet in here? Magnet is trivial though. You can just Gorilla Tape some magnet wherever it needs to be.
Gorilla Tape? But that would ruin the beautiful design of this wheel.
The magnet on this is here. I mean, if you want to make it universal, the pedals are either here, here, or here. So you put 2 extra magnets here, and then you got a universal.
Stays up, kind of.
No, it doesn't.
I do feel like the pedal is kind of like, it somehow feels way narrower.
Same shit, dude.
I don't know why, but it feels narrower. When you ride it, you'll see. Maybe it's because I do
Almost
stand
same
on the
shit.
outside corner a lot. So when I don't have that corner, I miss it.
It's a non-point because you can put any pedal on there that's not way worse.
Again, like the 9-box, like the Z10 case still is way above beyond what this is. But for a Gotway, it's a huge improvement.
Never gonna know what the scars are until you actually crash. We thought the new Monster was bulletproof. So.
Nope.
I don't think,
Not a
have we
chance.
ever thought that was bulletproof?
Not bulletproof, but like better. It's not better at all.
Chris, can you repeat that statement about this being a little bit better than Gotway, please?
I didn't deny that. Yeah, but if you can buy an MSX for cheaper, what are you gonna buy?
But you're getting so much more battery out of it.
Do I really want to lift this amount of weight? Can't bend it as easily. In
Thin.
general, that cover is thicker than the Monster case, and this I can bend a little bit more. Yeah, it's thicker.
You'll never hit it because, like, if anything, the impact is going to catch this instead.
Don't count on that.
What do you mean, don't count on it?
But here's the thing: how do you? It must be 2 ends here.
I think so, yes. I think
Because how the F are you gonna replace it if this is continuous? This has got to be.
it's gotta be, yeah, there's gotta be a way. A massive drop.
This is not. I can foresee enough crashing where it's like. Yeah,
Holy shit, you broke it! Yeah, but what kind of impact is going to spread it out? I mean, if anything, it's going to push it in. So in order for this to spread, all of those tabs has to be broken. It's going to pull it in. Again, you're talking about an extremely unlikely kind of, like, you have to get a wedge in there.
Impact force.
It's a significant improvement. Is it perfect? No, it's not. But versus not having this, I think it's no contest.
I mean, in New York City, though, it's gonna get tested. People are gonna drop this wheel.
My only thing is, I never understood why don't put 2. Like they started to do it on the MSX, but why don't you put more screw points here? Because that's basically why those crap up. I
Give it
love
a
this. They
real
always
size.
slack on the
Honestly.
length. The length of this is always like Gotway, always like just enough to reach the board.
I mean, that is way beefier. Like, this is so much beefier.
Well, compared to the Monster, yeah.
Yeah.
The Monster, it's like it was really skinny plastic. It's like if you hit it hard just right, it'll break. So plastic around it is
way
not as thick
lower.
as this.
Yeah, that's the biggest issue of the Monster.
This one's all right though. I mean, quality-wise, I mean, honestly, I'm not somebody who drops their wheel as often as some of these guys in New York. But it's
We can't trust you because you already bought this.
so you're saying I'm biased?
You're biased.
But
You're
I'm a
super
negative-
biased.
But I'm a negative Nancy. It's like I hate everything.
If this was filled with potato, you'll still love it.
Okay, let's wrap this in.
By the way, just so you know the kind of guy Chris is, one of the most amazing facts I learned about him is that he replaces every single screw on his wheel with stainless version just to minimize the possibility for rust. So let's just say that he's rather detail obsessed. Can you see the other side of that opening? The air intake. Can you like maybe?
But it's the block. It's the block.
It opens only to the inside of the block. It's complete. Is it sealed?
I doubt that. I really doubt that. We would have to take this whole thing out.
And you're flowing right through it.
You're blowing through it, which is good. So this shit is gonna come here, water come here, play around. Probably gonna shoot here first. But some might get on here, probably not a whole lot. You can easily put a gasket in there.
If you want to be proactive, I mean, there's going to be a lot of stuff that you can do, but I mean, that really varies if you're going in the rain that often.
Where's the MOSFET?
Behind, right here.
MOSFETs are
right behind the
see
capacitor.
these black chips. 6
Uh-huh.
row, 6 another row. Yeah, I just thought maybe this contact is not enough
Oh, it looks fine to me.
surface area.
It is not very loud. These fans actually sound pretty good. Like, you can hear them, but it's not like a buzzing sound.
No, what I'm trying to figure out is if the pin configuration is the same as Gotway, because I have plenty of 100-volt Gotway chargers sitting at home. I want to use them. I don't want to buy new chargers or get adapters if I don't have to. The thing is, like inside, right? The positive and the negative could be reversed for all I know, right? They could be doing
They
it
could be
backwards.
using different pens.
So
You
one
could
and three.
switch them, which is the worst.
Yeah. Oh my
and then
God.
you blow things out.
Yeah, probably easily silicone. It's not that big of a deal. It's like if you're worried about
Yeah,
water
yeah,
entry.
yeah.
It's
I see a channel. So if the water does get in, like more than likely, there's a.
It's like any other wheel, in my opinion. Like light and moderate rain, it should be okay. But it's torrential downpours, any wheel. I mean, obviously you're running a risk.
Sean, the buzzer.
Yeah.
It's pointing down.
Okay.
They should have just flipped that and made like spacers to point it up, because this thing is, the anchor is here. So if you flip that, point it up, you're gonna have way more sound transmission.
The actual speaker is pointed upside down, the buzzer. If it's pointed this way, you're gonna hear it a lot better.
Yeah.
So
Because it's pointing at you. Right now, it's pointing here, so you're hearing it indirectly.
this is still an improvement over the MSX buzzer, which is here.
If I get this wheel, I'm flipping it.
I love the customization options that you have for this wheel, though. This is definitely an enthusiast wheel.
Like this wheel, I was telling Ben, I really don't want shaving off 10 pounds would be much better than me.
You don't want the extra range? What's wrong with you, Chris?
No.
I'm gonna revoke your enthusiast card.
The extra range when I'm carrying it upstairs is totally not worth it.
But you have an elevator. So again, what do you think about the inside? Or do you just not want to admit that it's a better wheel?
People still don't care about the build quality. They keep on buying the damn wheel.
Well, it's because, it's because they don't have a choice.
But they still keep on buying MSX. So that just means
No, they
care
don't
about
have a choice. If they want the fastest wheel, MSX is it. There is no choice. What was the Nikola, like 100 volt? That was like 2100, right?
25 street price.
Nikola is not 2500.
This wheel first came out, Ewheel was selling it for $25.50.
All right, so
You go first.
I'll go first?
Yeah.
Take try it with or without pads.
He's like, I'm not used to this.
The softness is the spongy softness. It's not the glidey stuff, which is fine. It's still soft. It's softer than the Nikola for sure.
And the MSX, right?
The MSX is not soft. Soft mode is not soft. Nothing is soft about the MSX.
So it's an improvement, that's what I'm saying.
But what
The
about...
only thing is, when Gotway does soft mode, when you brake, it's still hard. It's not hard.
Wait,
So I do one of these. On Gotway soft mode, the brake is still somewhat hard. There is no soft on braking.
You want it soft or you want it hard? I don't really know with you anymore.
He wants it soft on acceleration and hard on braking. That's what he wants.
So overall, soft mode is that swingy thing, right?
Yeah.
But when you push it to go forward, it's swingy with travel and doesn't push you back, right? But when you brake on Gotway, it gets stiffer.
Oh. Okay.
It just doesn't have that. I'm going, because I'm so used to Gotway soft.
Okay.
So I don't know if that's, it feels a little dangerous.
Try medium.
Oh, hell no.
He likes it soft.
I'm getting this just to learn the soft mode, because this is a different soft mode.
Did he say that he was going to get it?
He says if the soft mode is acceptable to him, and if he's still riding it, he likes it.
He doesn't want to admit it.
Oh, I'm buying this.
Oh, now you're buying this wheel? You got that on camera, right?
You're buying this wheel, Chris, you said?
Yeah, I'm putting my deposit down tonight. I'm not shitting you.
Really?
You might not like the soft mode.
So what are you thinking?
That's the main thing I needed to see. Yeah, I'm buying it.
Yeah? And what about the build quality?
We'll see. I don't know. It looks better, but you can never really tell until you crash it.
After our teardown, we stopped by HQSM Marks, and of course, the poking and prodding of veteran Sherman continues.
I got that up to 105.
It snaps back in. I was just worrying about that.
I don't know what the snapback is.
On the older Gotway wheels, once you snap it out, you can't snap it back in. You're just gonna cut out.
Take off the pads. I don't know if you need, I felt like I need the pads to crank it.
So I'm like,
Almost like an MSX, but in the middle.
It's better than the MSX. Lift the pedal. Let's see how far it goes. Wait, hold on. Let me how long you've known.
Almost 7 months. James Kim.
This thing doesn't cut out. Doesn't cut out. When does it cut out? Yo, if you put this, you're done. Oh, there you go. There you go.
oh, that's pretty aggressive. That's aggressive.
Oh wait, do that again. I didn't have it. Do it again. Do it again.
because it bounces back really hard. So like I don't want to fly off. Oh shit! Oh shit!
Oh shit, you really fucking cranked that thing.
If I can do it, that's dangerous. Then somebody who's 200 pounds will fucking cut out.
I don't think anyone cranked the wheel like that though. The way he cranks it, that dip is scary though.
Underage minor riding without your new wheel.
I heard a skid. I heard a skid.
Skid where?
No, he's light, so when he hits a bump, the wheel actually jumps up.
Yeah, oh my god.
Just like live can skip the whole wheel half the block. No! Alan, put on the fucking helmet!
So it's Sunday and it's time for a demo. This should be interesting. I think a decent sized group is probably going to show up for this. I actually stopped by HQ yesterday. People got to try a little bit. Review has been very interesting. We were able to test out the torque. Very surprising actually. Well, no. I shouldn't be surprised because given the same amount of output between this and the MSP, it would only make sense that it could not possibly have a higher top speed while maintaining the same amount of torque. This is our regular wheel demo spot, partly because it usually don't get terribly crowded. The path next to the highway is technically for runner bikes and vehicular traffic, but New Yorkers aren't exactly great with following rules and walk wherever they like. Now we haven't had an issue in the past, but times certainly had changed given the COVID-19 lockdown that happened recently, and the veteran Sherman is also like no other prior electric unicycles.
There he is! Now I was assuming I was gonna get the same thing with this, but like he just said, it may not have the torque as the high torque MSP, but I feel like it's a cross between the two.
Also, the wheel is wide. You
Yes.
have to get used to how heavy it is when you turn it a little.
There we go. All right. Hey, what's up?
I don't know what all the specs are like and everything, but it felt really amazing.
So watch your head.
I wasn't really looking like that, you know what I mean? I'm just like fucking pushing it to the top, but I don't see how anybody could even drop that wheel.
Yeah.
It was that stable.
Did you feel a tap out level?
I didn't feel
Anywhere, right? Nope. And that's what this guy was saying. He said it kept climbing and climbing and climbing. He had to tap out because the wheel wasn't.
We also had by far the largest turnout of any EUC demo we ever held. The level of excitement and anticipation for this wheel was just like nothing else. After all, the MSX, which is what the Sherman's gunning to replace, is one of the most popular electric unicycle here in New York City.
It pushes you. It's something else. It goes and goes and it doesn't let up. You lean into it as I expected. It has pretty linear of a power curve, and as you keep it going, it doesn't let up. I had to stop myself because I ran out of room. This handle for braking, game changer.
This wheel really brings out your inner speed demons. For the next few days, I rode the Sherman as much as I can, piling on the miles just so I can fully acclimate and better understand what it's truly capable of. And I'll say that at least here in New York City, short of taking it on the highway, which I would highly not advise you to do, there are no safe way of riding this wheel anywhere close to its full capabilities since it is that fast. I do have to say that compared to my own Monster, which can reasonably keep up with New York City traffic, the additional speed and acceleration of the veteran Sherman gave me additional headroom to react to unexpected traffic conditions and is rather confident and inspiring. But it's not like I'm the only YouTuber in New York City. It is time to share. I think you know who this is. Hsiang, the OG New York City EUC godfather. Alright, so this is going to be the saddest part of this video, which is me finally having to say goodbye to the Sherman. I really enjoy riding this wheel and I'm gonna miss it when it's gone. So I'm seriously thinking about getting it. I am curious to see what is Gotway's response when it comes to the Monster Pro. Hopefully they will up the speed and make the build quality better. So I'm gonna wait to see how that wheel will turn out. However, there's no denying how good the Sherman have been. Like, especially the steel frame is just such a huge improvement, having that peace of mind, knowing that when you drop a wheel, it's not just going to instantly shatter. Whenever I ride the Monster, I always feel like the thing might as well be made out of glass. It's nice having something that I don't have to be so worried about. But anyway, it's coming to you, Marty. Please treat her well.
I'm crazy again. I can't live with you. Tell me where to stay. I cannot get with you. I'm crazy again. I cannot get with you. Tell me where to stay. I can't get with. Tell me where to stay.
I hope this has been as much fun to watch as it was for me this past week. And as always, if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. And if you'd like to support my work, check out the link to my Patreon page in the video description. And finally, as much as we all love electric unicycle, the only way for us to get better wheels is to grow as a community. So tell your friends and teach them how to ride and get them hooked. And until next week, thank you.
I feel we're facing a